So I haven't worn this hat in a while, not out of any reason, and that's not why I'm making this video. My hair's a mess. So, okay. This is just casual. Dawn was saying, you know, it's really nice of you to keep people updated. You're actually doing a service by keeping people updated on your progress or situation. But you're being a man of mystery. And so people are going to think that you're being abducted by Arcturians or, you know, something crazy is going on. So I just wanted to say, I just got out of a 7-year relationship. So that's been preoccupying my time lately. Or the lack thereof has been preoccupying my time and thoughts and activities and so on. To the, I'm not ignoring it, you know, I just started answering all these emails and I had like almost 100 and I was like, geez, what have I been doing, you know? And I get nothing but support from you guys and it's just awesome. So thank you. And, you know, I guess I don't have to explain myself too much, but, you know, I'm going through my own thing. Last night, though, just recently, like, I've just been all of a sudden smacked in the face again with this weird personal tendency of mine to keep all of my lives separate, you know, and, like, these aspects of my personality, I have no problem switching between, you know, this, like, hardcore spiritual seeker and, you know, a guy who hangs out at the local gay bar and sings karaoke, you know, and has a few drinks or whatever. And it's not like they need to merge or they need to be, you know, one needs to go away and the other one needs to stay or anything. It's nothing like that, you know, because I am a casual guy. But it causes me to lose sight of certain things that are very important, like keeping up with all of you and creating more activations and working on myself. I also have this dangerous tendency that I just discovered to assume that the personal practices that I do are so powerful that they balance everything else out. So, yeah, you know, and in a way they do, but it's like, I don't know. They say that an hour of Kunlun is like 100 years of meditation. So, you know, it's easy to think that, you know, oh, well, you know, I'm fine. I've stored up my, you know, personal spiritual karma, my own personal work, you know, it's been stored up for quite a long time, so I can just take a break now. You know, and I don't know, it's just what I'm going through, I guess. But stuff is happening. And it almost feels like it's happening in a more secular manner because, oh, I also do have a new career, you know, so I've been also trying to focus on that. And I didn't plan on making this video or making any videos this morning. I'm still puffy. And, yeah. But it seems like what's happening is business-like, and I'm not sure I'm comfortable with that. Like, some people have come forward and say, oh, I really want to, you know, collaborate with you, and I would love to do that, you know, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. No, it's not the collaboration that bothers me, it's the commoditization, commercialization. YouTube finally offered me, oh, you're eligible to make money from this video because it's gotten so much attention. It was one of the assemblage point videos, the introduction to it. I was like, oh, that's a little random, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's just because the time in which it was on attracted so much attention within a certain time frame that they were like, oh yeah, it's, you know, you should put ads on it or whatever. I was like, I don't want to. Anyway, so things are happening in that regard. Some more collaborations, hopefully, with Ormus and Orgonite and Language of Light Activations. A new guy, what was his name? Said he wants to start doing Language of Light Activations on his YouTube channel as well. What? You know, it's like nobody's doing this stuff. And it could be so powerful and so moving. Finally, somebody responded to my neurotransmitter video, which was an attempt to use the language of light. I'm just going to start calling it light language now because it sounds better. And I always wanted to abbreviate it LOL. And if you put LOL in a tagline, then it brings up all kinds of random crazy stuff, and so I never ran with it. People have been spelling it to me L lowercase capital L. But I think I'm just going to start calling them LL, light language, or LLAs, light language activations, or something like that. But yeah, you know, nobody does that stuff. It's weird. A lot of people are telling me that they've started, you know, speaking it themselves, or they start speaking it in meditation, or when they do channeling, and they'll start speaking the language of light, you know, and they're aware of it, but they're also afraid of it, and they're also shy about it, you know. So, I mean, don't be shy, you know. I guess, you know, people used to tell me you're really brave to put yourself out there that way. And to me, it was like, well, no, I mean, if you just go and look for it, you can find it. You can find, like, Judy Satori doing language of light activations. Her website is, I think, The Sound of Light or something like that. Amazing, amazing stuff. That's what really got me started, I guess. But there's not a lot of people out there doing this stuff, you know. I think a lot of times you'll see or hear shamans and Native Americans speaking spirit language, and it's the same thing, you know, but they put it in a much more sacred, personal context, so that it's like, oh, this is between me and spirit, you know, and so nobody can hear my spirit language except, you know, the plants and the animals and the familiars and you know, whatever. Familiars. That's a Western magical term. Anyway, excuse me. But in the New Age circles, light language, or the language of light, or whatever you want to call it, is in a different context. It's, you know, it's in an activation context, and it's like you do it for other people. I do it for myself too. Like when I'm practicing my practices, I'll just start speaking, and I don't assume that it's coming from any being in particular other than myself. They say that it's just the higher mind talking to the lower mind. In that context, it's happening all in here, all in this brain, you know, and then it's moving the language centers and stuff is coming out, and it affects the field around me, and it's great. You know, I'm moving, I'm speaking, I'm getting it all out. In other contexts, I can open myself up to, like, my highest self or my Atman consciousness and have it speak the language of light through me, and it sounds basically the same. So just assume that this higher mind that I'm talking about, or that they're talking about in the traditions of which I am a part, is just your highest self, Atman consciousness, that being way far above and beyond you, of which you are a small fraction, speaking through you in the language of light. This is kind of a disjointed video, so I apologize. I'll just try and wrap it up. But yeah, if you're speaking this kind of stuff or whatever, I mean, get into it. I mean, how I started to get into it was like doing it on purpose. Just, you can make an experiment of it, forcing yourself to make sounds that you're not comfortable with. Try to sound like you're speaking in a different language. I'm not saying that what I do and that what comes through is fake by any means, or that it's just me, you know, making sounds with my mouth, or no, you know. But that's kind of where it starts. If you don't have the facility, the language facility, to start making sounds with which you're unfamiliar, and to just prattle on, then it's very difficult to just be moved to speak the language of light, you know? And so you have to get that speech center working in different ways. So you can do different exercises, like just start repeating syllables, like ba 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 ma 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 da 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 da, you know, and these kinds of things, and then mix it up. Start with one syllable consonant clusters, da ba ki ma pu a kai si nukuri, you know, just go crazy. All right. Yeah, so I fully encourage you to explore that aspect of your spiritual nature, because once you do start doing it, it opens up something inside you, a fluency, a naturalness, a flow, especially as regards to language, and language is how we communicate. Language is how we encode things. And someone mentioned this to me in an email a couple days ago, that as far as I'm concerned, the languages of light are code. Brilliant analogy. That's exactly what they are. You know, you have an imprint. People have also asked me about this. What does it feel like to be a medium or to be a channel? And it is basically like having this structure, and it's a specific structure as per each being, and the structure is kind of like set down into your head. It feels like you're getting a crown placed on you. It kind of like sinks down inside and around and outside of, and then you have this presence about you. Well, when I channel a being like that to do the languages of light, that's the same thing that happens. Totally forgot my point. Alright, that means I should probably go and say bye.